All right, so today I'm going to be making some quinoa, which is a grain that's really high in protein, so I use it in a lot of my recipes. So we're going to go ahead and just make a bunch today to have on hand. So I'm going to take a couple tablespoons, maybe-ish, of coconut oil and melt it in the bottom of our pan here. And then I've got a tablespoon in here. We can just do that. So let's see here. There is 2 tablespoons in 1/8 of a cup. 4 1/4. 5, 6, 7, 8. So that should be like half a cup, I think, if my conversion's right. All right, that looks like about a half a cup, so we'll keep going. And I just want to do about a cup of, and then I want to go ahead and put my seasonings in here before I add the water. That way it gives the grain a little bit of time to toast with the seasonings and really get the oil and flavoring soaked up. So I'll put some oregano in there because we put oregano in everything. And let's see here. I've got some chili powder, which goes great with quinoa. So we'll put some chili powder in there. And then some paprika. And I also want to put a little bit of salt. Doopy-doopy-doo. Ah, not that much. Not that much salt. By a little bit, I mean like a little bit. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and now that the oil is melted, I want to keep this moving at kind of a high temperature so that the quinoa can get toasted and get kind of a golden color to it. So we've got a few of the kernels getting kind of golden there. So we're going to add our water. We've got a cup of quinoa in here. So I want to start with about a cup and a half of water. Because I do use a fair amount of oil when I'm cooking the quinoa, I cut down on the water a little bit so that it doesn't get soggy or anything. All right, so we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we will cover it and reduce it to a simmer, and then just let it cook until the water absorbs. All right. So this is going to get up to a boil, and then we'll reduce the heat. Okay, so now pretty much all of the water has been absorbed. You can see here the quinoa itself is still pretty wet, but I'll do a little taste test, and the grains are nice and tender. So we're going to go ahead and leave this uncovered and crank the heat up to evaporate some of the excess water. It'll also help give our quinoa a nicer texture. So we'll just sort of toss it as we're going for just a couple minutes. And I really mean like a couple, like 1 or 2. All right. So that looks good. We can see that the grains themselves are more defined now. It's delicious and ready to be added into my next day. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe below. It really helps me out a lot. It helps the channel out a lot. Hi, Wes. And we'll see y'all next time.